I'm stupid.
Sorry, I'm being an asshole, but I just thought that was funny.
I love it. It's fine. Keep it coming. That's
all
what
right.
she said.
So what are the latest developments with Iran?
Oh, so did you
going
guys,
on over there?
Donald Trump had planes in the air on a tactical strike that was ordered under the advice of Pompeo and Bolton. Shocking. And the last second, they said with the last 10 minutes, I guess these planes were going to drop bombs on these sites. He asked them how many people, according to him, he asked them how many people would die. He said 100, and they told him 150. And he said, cancel it. And he said, that's not worth the response, of a down drone.
150
people would die.
Potential casualties.
Iranian
casualties.
But are we talking, obviously it doesn't matter to me, but civilian or...
I don't know if they specify that.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that? I didn't hear. I just thought it was just people, in general.
Yeah.
One of the things that I thought was pretty interesting. So, of course, this whole attack that Trump scheduled and then canceled, this is a response to I believe it was earlier that day on Thursday. There was a drone shot down, an American drone,
it was a Global Hawk. It's something like $180 million,
Dude, it's
$200
huge.
million.
Yeah, man. There was, so the person that was happiest about that was Northrop Grumman. They get to fill another order.
Well, okay. Well, let me get to So I remember on Thursday I believe the first time I clicked on this link, and the link said something like constant updates, and it was a CNN link. The first time I clicked on it, I believe it actually said Iranian airspace. Then I clicked on it later on in the day, and it said international airspace.
So there was
So there seemed to be somewhat of a debate. So Iran claims that it happened in their airspace, in which they would be 100% legally justified.
Even so, it was still 12 miles off the coast, I guess is what they're saying. And when the drone was flying over, it turned off its radar, or its tracker. It turned it off before it went into Iranian airspace. So they're saying the last coordinates they had of it was not in Iranian airspace, but that's why Iran shot it down, is because it was in their airspace. They just turned off the tracker for it, so they couldn't prove that for sure that they were there.
Oh, you mean how police will just turn off their body cams?
Yeah.
I didn't kill that guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so
he had a gun.
So you believe it was in Iranian airspace?
Yeah, I'll take their word, because they wouldn't have shot it down. And even so, even if they did, say it was I forget who posted this, but they were think about this. Imagine Washington, D.C., if you were in Washington, D.C., and a drone from another country, a spy drone, was flying over, which was off the coast of Chincoteague Island in Virginia, right on the Maryland border. That's how far away it was from where Iran would be in the situation. Because it was the Gulf of Oman or Strait of
Hormuz.
Hormuz,
it was right off the coast when it...
So it was that close to them. And think about it that way. How would you guys feel if you were in charge and someone's military... You don't know if this thing's got bombs on it. You don't know if it's a Predator drone.
Also, too, before anybody listening gets triggered, I want to point out that Alexis is a veteran, so Alexis is our V card.
Dude, he whipped out that V card, man.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
I mean, it's just ridiculous, the fact that... and then just... our arrogance, or the United States arrogance, that we could just go around we could just fly drones around other countries. What the fuck would we, like you said, Phil, we would do the same. There would be the same response if anything came close to our shores.
Dude, that's the thing. It doesn't even get that far, because we have carriers out in the middle of the Pacific.
Yeah,
right. Shit doesn't even get even close before it gets shot down.
It's insane, and the fact that we're potentially going to war over basically a down spy equipment.
Yeah.
Unmanned.
It's weird.
Drone. And then, so I was just reading an article. So just on, basically the mainstream media is basically part of the military industrial complex through probably Operation Mockingbird. You had this guy, this was just, on June 22nd, but basically this was on CBS News. They brought on some former general. His name was, I'm just scrolling through it right now, but he was upset that Trump pulled off the attack, and because of the 150 casualties.
That was Ben Shapiro said that.
This guy,
he did. He was like, yeah, he said that. Same thing. Like,
damn. I'll find it, but
we need to show our commitment to national security, and an overwhelming show of force or something along those lines. Like, should have been necessary.
Yeah, he's a retired Navy Admiral James Winfield Jr. slammed President Trump for calling off the retaliatory strikes on Iran. So come to find out, CBS didn't do their due diligence. This motherfucker's on the board of directors for Raytheon.
That was
and has like 30.
I was like, how many shares of stock does he have?
Yeah. So while MSN pundit slamming Trump is nothing new, Winfield happens to be on the board member of military defense contractor Raytheon. So since 2017, raking in nearly $300,000 a year in total compensation, something CBS did not disclose. I mean, these like every time you see these motherfuckers out there, like, we got to stop Iran, this, that, whatever, you got to think to yourself, what do they have to gain from, like, so we launch a bunch of, Scud, or not Scud missiles, but Tomahawk cruise missiles, or whatever the case may be. Look who's going to benefit. Some fucking retired, it's like the revolving door in the military industrial complex.
Right.
And it's just fucking insane that people are so fucking stupid that they're going to fall for this again. Like, it's just disheartening sometimes, but hopefully I think people are wising up seeing through the bullshit.
Yeah, because I don't think anybody believes that that Iran was behind that attack on those two ships. I don't think anyone's really buying it.
Yeah.
I mean, even diplomats from other countries, I mean, yeah, they might be under the derangement syndrome, so they're like, anything Trump does, they're not going to buy. But I think, honestly, it's an honest assessment, like, we've seen this one before, like the Marty McFly meme. Like, I've seen this one. It's
Phil, I would agree
thing.
with you, but there was a passport in the water. And I'm pretty sure it was Iranian. So agree to disagree,
Fucking hell.
Oh man, it's so. Like, we talked about this last week. It's just no one's buying it, and I think that's a good thing for once. But the Obama years like crushed me. Because I thought for sure no one people would turn on him and be like, "Oh, you're a liar, man! Like, you're doing worse than what George Bush was doing. Like, you're just it's like a third George Bush term."
Oh, is that what you thought?
I thought that what was going to happen after everything that went through, like in the first year or two of the Obama presidency, and it blew me away to see everyone just turn a blind eye. And they were like, "He's half black. We just let him do what he wants to do."